Myself Harshita, and today I am here with my project on Ola Ride Analysis. This project basically focuses on analyzing the Ola Ride dataset for the month of July with the aim of understanding overall business performance. In this, the dataset includes multiple attributes related to ride bookings such as customer status, vehicle type, payment method, and many other things. Now, in this, the goal of this project is basically to transform the raw data into the meaningful insight so that it can support the better decision making. Now, the business problem is despite the growth of ride hailing services, Ola still faces several challenges. And one of the key challenges is high rate of driver cancellations. Also, there are other challenges also like customer preferences regarding the vehicle type and the payment methods. Still, there are multiple business problems in this project which we need to solve. Now, the business objective is the project aims to increase the ride success rate only by either identifying and reducing the key factors that lead to the ride cancellation by both drivers as well as customers. So main goal of the project is to improve the overall efficiency only of the project. Also, it aims to understand customer preferences in terms of vehicle types and the payment methods. There are also a lot of incomplete rides and also and a lot of null values in this which need to be cleaned. So for that, we are using Python for cleaning our data to ensure that the data is accurate and ready for the analysis purpose. So first of all, we are importing our pandas as 3D in this for data analysis and manipulation. Then we are using our CSV file, that is our raw data, which need to be cleaned. We are checking our data using shape, head, and all of these. Information also, we are seeing that how many null values are there, data type, what is the data type. Then we are performing the data cleaning. This we have done already. Then we are performing the data cleaning, like for vehicle turnaround time, null values are there for what they need to be replaced, for cancellation rights by the customer, for driver. So there are a lot of null values that are need to be cleaned. I have done all that. Now we can also drop the columns that we don't want, like vehicle images are of no use, and I've dropped that column. Now we need to fix our data types. Like date and object, we saw that it was object, the data type was. We need to convert it to date time. So like this, I have done the cleaning. Missing values, now you can clearly see there is no missing value left. Also, we can drop the duplicates if there are any duplicates. We need to clean the text column. We need to change our data types like this, and then we are checking the information. We need to handle our outliers as there is no outlier in this, so this data is clean now. Now the next thing is we need to do is we need to save our data now. We have saved our data and then we have loaded this clean data into MySQL. First, sorry, in SQL, in SQL, what we need to do, I need to first of all create a database in that also. First of all, we need to understand why we are using this SQL, this database. Although we can store our data in CSV, but still why we need SQL. The main reason for using a database is to perform fast and efficient data analysis using the SQL queries. Now, instead of working with the raw CSV files, storing the data in database, it allows quick filtering. Also, it helps in data aggregation, data grouping also, finding trends and patterns, data transformation also we can easily do with respect to this. Data validation, through data validation, we can handle all our missing values. And most importantly, we can connect it to the Power BI. If we are connecting SQL with Power BI, it helps in making live dashboards. And whenever we want to refresh, it helps in faster data refresh. Apart from this, if we are using CSV files, suppose if our data is very large, so we cannot store that data in the CSV. We need a database, and for that we are using SQL. We are writing our queries in SQL. So for that, I have first used the database Ola project. I'm using that, and I have created a table. Then after creating a table, it will be shown in this left side schemas. From here, I have imported the data table from using table data import wizard. I have imported my data. Now in our project, we have been told to solve these 10 questions. That is, first retrieve all the customer bookings. I have solved all these 10 questions using the SQL queries. So the next thing that we need to do once we are done with the writing the SQL queries, the next thing is connecting SQL to the Power BI. This is the most important step because it helps in basically transforming the raw data into the meaningful visuals, meaningful insights, which help in better decision making. So we have used this. Now the next thing that we are using is Power BI dashboard. Power BI is basically used for dashboard only. So for this, first we are using in Home tab, we are having this Get Data option. And in this, I selected this SQL server. When I selected this SQL server, I was getting two options. First, they were asking me about my server name. I've used localhost. And then database also, I have provided my database that was Ola project suppose. And data connectivity mode, it is recommended to use import. That's why I have used the import mode query in this. So once I have done this, then I selected my tables. Then I selected my tables. Then I selected my tables. If you have already cleaned the data, like I have already cleaned my data in Python, that's why I have directly loaded my data. In case if anyone wants to transform data, so we can also use Power Query. We need to use the transform option in that. Power BI is also used for data modeling. That is, it helps in checking relationship. Also, we can create calculated measures and columns. These all we have created using calculated measure only, total revenue, total bookings, and all. And finally, we create a dashboard using in which there are slicers, there are KPIs, there are different charts. So Power BI is basically used to convert raw data into interactive and easy to understand visual insights. So in this we were provided with 10 charts that we need to make. First of all, I have used this total revenue. First of all, I created a measure of total revenue, total bookings, average ride distance, and customer ride. Then I have done first thing was ride volume over time. So in this, I have analyzed the trend of the total rides across different days to identify the peak and the low demand periods. The next thing that I have used is booking status. Booking status I have used, it shows the distribution of ride of the customers, basically ride outcomes, such as how many were the booking successful, how many were cancelled by the driver, or how many were the cancelled by the customer, and there are some in which driver was not found. After that, the next thing is vehicle type analysis also we have done. For that, first we need to make a chart in which there was vehicle type by the ride distance. So I have used this. We can also use this slicer option. Like I can control click to select for multiple selection, then our data will be changed accordingly. So we are making an interactive dashboard. So like this, we have done the next thing that is made is ride distance distribution per day. For that, I have used this line chart. This basically enhances how ride distance vary daily. This shows how ride distance vary daily in the month of the July, and it indirectly impacts revenue generation. The next thing that we have used is revenue analysis. It evaluates the financial performance. First, we have used the payment method in this revenue by the payment method. In payment method is basically cash, UPI, credit, and debit, and few were null, so I have replaced them with unknown. So in this, we are seeing the payment method, total revenue by the payment method. Also, one more thing we have to see in this, that is the customer ID. Top 5 customers I have to see by the total booking value. So I have made this visual in this. Also, we were provided with few other visuals that we need to prepare. Also, I have used here buttons to move to the previous page. Now, the next thing that is being used is cancellation of rides by both customers also, ride were cancelled, and by driver also. By customer, we are analyzing why customer cancelled the rides. Like here, we can easily see why the customer is cancelling the ride. AC is not working, if change of plans, if customer has different plan, driver asked to cancel. So these are some of the reasons that are because of which customer cancelled the ride. And why driver cancelled the ride because of the personal and car related issues or customer related issues. So these are clearly shown why the rides are being cancelled. Now the ratings. We are checking the ratings, booking ID, the people who have booked for our ride. What are all the ratings that they have given? So for driver rating distribution also we can clearly see it. It evaluates the driver performance only based on the customer ratings. And for customer ratings, it basically examines reason behind why driver cancellations are there. Like customer will give ratings based on why the rides were cancelled, like personal and car related issue. In this, customer has no fault, so ratings are given on basis of those issues also. So once also I have made a business recommendation section in this, that what are the recommendations that should be there that can be used. But this we will see in Streamlit application also. So there we will see it. Now after connecting, now once we are done with SQL database to Power BI, now an interactive dashboard is being built. Now the next thing is Streamlit application. Basically, Power BI is a business intelligence tool. And why we are using Streamlit application? Because Python web application, it is a Python web application framework and it helps in building interactive data apps. That's why we are using this Streamlit application. So for that Streamlit application also, we need to first create a virtual environment and then we need to import our Streamlit. First, we have to install Streamlit, then we need to import our Streamlit. But for before that, it is very important to understand that as Power BI, the chart, the dashboard can be created in either Jupyter Notebook or in Google Colab. That is not pure Python file, but if we are creating Streamlit application, then it needs to be created in pure Python file, that is pure.py extension. We cannot create it in Jupyter Notebook or in Google Colab. And we can also deploy it as web application, whereas Power BI, we need to publish it. And sometimes as we are publishing it, to sometimes if other person may face issue in seeing our data, in seeing our dashboard, but here we are directly deploying it, so there will be no issue faced and anyone can now see our data. So basically, Streamlit application was developed to build interactive web-based interface only for the project, and it allows customer to explore the data, view insights, and also interact with visualizations in a simple and very easy way. And I have written a code for this. Like, first of all, we are importing our Streamlit application, then Pandas, ED. Plotly I have used because we cannot directly use pie chart and donut chart in this. We need to import this code Plotly. And for importing this also, first we need to install this. Then I have used this. I've written all the queries. I tried making the same dashboard as we have created in Power BI. I've used 5 to 6 charts in this to create this. Now, as we can see here, I have saved this data already, and now I am using my local host to see my dashboard. So as I have created Power BI dashboard, at the left hand corner, I have used filters. There also I have used filters, and it is also interactive dashboards. Like, see, if I cross this, if I delete this auto, then changes will be visible. It is an interactive dashboard. If I am deleting this cache, the changes will be clearly visible. It is an interactive dashboard. There also I have used filters, these slicers in the left hand corner. So I tried using here only like date, booking status, was their payment method. And here are same KPIs that I have used in Power BI dashboard. I have used in that, and also ride volume over time, ride distance also by vehicle. I've used all the same charts in this booking status distribution I have used so that we can clearly see top customers also we can see by booking value by the sum of booking value payment method also we can easily see. So by like this, I have created my Streamlit application. Now we also need to focus on few business insights and recommendation as cancellation issues. There were a high rate cancellation issues being observed. So it is very important to keep in mind, and recommendation is apply cancellation penalties, because if people are canceling their, if the no penalty is being applied to, they will cancel, they will look for the right and they will cancel. So this needs to be keep in mind. Driver performance, only driver ratings very differently. Now who are the top drivers, like who don't cancel their rides or whatever, so they should be rewarded so that low performance driver also get motivated, and we need to train the low performance drivers also. Also we need to do revenue optimization. It also needs to be done. Revenue varies across different vehicle types, and recommendation is promote high revenue vehicles. Next is peak hour demand. Booking spikes, अब जो bookings हैं they spike during certain hours only. Then payment insights also vary by different users. Also, it should be it should be kept in mind to promote digital payments, because majority of the people are now not carrying their cash. So digital payment should be promoted. Next is customer behavior. Repeat customer drives revenue. This is the major problem, and these are all the recommendations that we need to keep in mind. Revenue versus distance. There is a relationship between distance, ride distance, and revenue based on like optimize. We need to optimize the price for long rides and improve price for short rides. This needs to be kept in mind. Next is location demand. Certain locations shows high demand. So recommendation is basically to promote low demand areas also. It should be not like we are promoting only high demand areas and only there Ola will be booked and it will be traveled. No, it should be promoted in low demand areas also. And also incomplete rides, ride fails due to multiple issues, and recommendation is to fix them, improve our performance. So that was it for my project. And thank you so much. Using this project, I focused on analyzing Ola ride data to understand the overall business performance and operational challenges. In this, um, I have used Python for data cleaning, SQL for data analysis and data querying, Power BI for visualization I have used, and also Streamlit. I have used Streamlit for the first time for creating an interactive application, and it was quite fun to use it as we are learning new things in this. And end-to-end data analytics solution was developed. And thank you so much.